Welcome back, guys, for day 2 of online learning. So today, I'm not going to spend a lot of time with the Google slide because there's a video that I have embedded in this presentation that I want you to spend most of your time with. So I'm going to go through this, not too fast, but I'm going to go through it rather quickly so that you can get to the video. But today's topic is looking at measures of center or measures of central tendency. So you'll see both of those phrases or terms used interchangeably. So I wanted to discuss what they mean, so that if you hear one, you know that it is the same as the other. So measures of center or measures of central tendency is what we're talking about today. So measures of center or measures of central tendency mean it is a typical value that is being used to describe the data set. Okay, so it's a measure that describes a typical value of a data set. So some of those measures are some of the things that we've already talked about before or that you've used before is mean. What we all know, of course, is average, the median, and then there's mode. So these are three typical measures that are used to describe the data set. So mean, again, we call that average in everyday terms. Median and mode are all measures of center or of central tendency. So let's look at those a little bit more. So mean, median, and mode is what we're talking about today. So mean, again, is the average of the data set. You find this number, as you all are pretty much familiar with, by adding the numbers in the data set and then dividing the sum by the total numbers in the data set. So if you have 15 numbers, you add those 15 numbers up and then you divide the sum that you get by 15 because you have 15 numbers. Now, one thing I do want to point out that I'm sure, again, like you said, like you all have done before, in finding the mean or the average, is that you don't have to organize the data in any particular order. All you are doing is simply adding the numbers up and then taking that sum and dividing it by the total numbers in the data set. So that's how you find the mean. To find the median, this is the middle number in the data set. So remember with the last presentation, we talked about organizing the data in ascending order. And I said that I know when you find the range, you don't necessarily have to organize the data in ascending order to find the range. But there will be a time when you need to organize the data to do the task that you have. Well, this is that time. So you have to organize the data in ascending order in order to not calculate actually, in order to find the median. So when you do that, you're then looking for the middle number of the data set. Now, the video that I have will talk about that in greater detail so that you can actually see an example of how you find the median. But the key thing you must remember is that the data has to be organized in ascending order. And the last one for measures of center or measures of central tendency is mode. And mode is probably the least calculative type number that you have to have. Again, it is important here that you get in the habit of organizing your data in ascending order. It will help you to make sure that you pick the number that is indeed the mode. So the mode is the number that occurs most often in the data set. Sometimes you can have no mode at all. Like you may not have a number that occurs often in the data set. Sometimes you may have just one mode, and there are times when you can have more than one mode. So again, it's easy to see the mode when you organize your data from least to greatest. It doesn't have to be done in order to find the mode, but it's easy to actually find the mode when you're looking at the numbers in order from least to greatest. Again, the video will go in more detail and give examples of finding the mode. So here we are. Here's the video. So I want you to do is go ahead and click on the video, watch the video, and then you'll come back and that's it. Matter of fact, once you're done with the video, you are finished with the lesson. So watch the video. Make sure you're taking notes, looking at the examples that he has you doing. Practice the examples along with him. Pause the video if you need to. Please, please, please use that space bar or that mouse to pause. It will not hurt you at all. As a matter of fact, it is actually beneficial that you pause to make sure that you're understanding instead of just completely watching the video through. Okay? All right, guys, so that's measures of center or measures of central tendency for today. And those measures are mean, median, and mode. And they are used as a way to describe the data. So the focal point in describing the data. All right, guys, can't wait to see you all next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, I forgot to mention, go back and do, or remember, take a break and then go do some of the practice problems, the practice quiz, and some of the additional problems. Always, always, always take a break and then do some practice. It will help. All right, now, bye-bye. Have a good evening, good night, or good day. Take care. Stay safe. See you next time.